have a science fair going on. In the next week, you'll have the whole week to work on it, and it's going to be over the scientific method. Does anybody know what that is?
Me.
Okay, you, Francis.
Well, according to my book, the scientific method is a series of steps that a scientist follows in order to solve a problem or answer a question.
Okay, here are your partners. Frank is with Leo, Hazel is with Francis, Jason is with Sally.
Okay, so, do you have anything, are you ready to do this? Do you have what you need? Okay then. Well, luckily I've prepared some notes ahead of time for us. Alright, so the first note is, first, ask a question. Think about the experiment you want to do. What is a question you have and can turn into an experiment? Make sure ahead of time you have what you can get everything you need, as in your tools and supplies. Think about your control and variables. In the question I have that I'm thinking about, we won't have any control of variables because this one is going to be a bit simpler. But, just so you know, a control is the standard to which the outcome of a test is compared, and variables is something in an experiment that can change. So, my question is, when you have the top on a bottle and put a hole in the side, will it pour out or will it when the cap is removed? Okay, so we've got our question. The next thing is number 2, make a hypothesis. What do you think will happen? What is your guess? Go ahead and put this down. Put this and your question down on your recordings or data. So we've already got it on each slide as our data, so this will count. Alright, so our hypothesis is, what do you think will happen? Do you think it will come out whenever the cap is removed or before?
I do not think it will leak.
Even before, or like before the cap is removed?
I believe that once the cap is removed, it will leak.
Okay, so our hypothesis is that it won't leak until the cap is removed. Okay, so we have our hypothesis. Now, 3, complete the procedure. Set up and make sure you have the supplies you need, as in your tools and supplies, yes. Try to avoid bias and experimental error. Be careful and be safe. If what you're doing is dangerous, have an adult help you or supervise. I don't think what we're doing is dangerous, so we won't need an adult. But it's always good to have one close by. Therefore, our teacher will be right behind us as we're experimenting. Next, about the try to avoid bias and experimental error. Bias is whenever your experiment is leaning towards one conclusion or one answer, or you're hoping and are trying to make it correct. The experimental error is whenever you accidentally mess up on something, like calculations, numbers. If you do something wrong in any way, that's experimental error. Alright, for this experiment, we're going to want to go to the water fountain so we can do our experiment and get it over with. Okay, so for procedure, we're going to use, let's say, 1.5 cup of water in our bottle. If my pen would work.
It can be used in science.
Okay. Okay, so here's our 1.5 cups. That. Okay, so we got 1.5 cups in it. So next we need to put the cap on. Make sure it's tight enough so where our water doesn't escape. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to be poking the hole in the side of the experiment thingy, and we're going to see if it works. Now, at first, it will come out a little bit because it's going to be squeezed where I'm poking the hole, but... Alright, you ready? So... Okay. The squeezing is off, and let's see. It's not pouring any. Alright, so our calculations were correct at first. Now let's see if it explodes whenever we pull off the cap. And it is letting all of it go when we pull off the cap. Okay, there we go. Our calculations were correct. Okay, so our next step is 4. What's your results? Copy down what happened or your results into your data. See if you can connect your cause and effect together and write them into your data. Okay, so our hypothesis was correct.
1 second, please. But, well, pretty much, here's the most latest technology.
Okay, there we go. All right, so what happened was our cause and effect. When we pulled the reason that it was still holding the water in there because it didn't have any entrance for more air to release the water to go. Therefore, it held it in and it didn't let it out because it needed to hold it in. Okay, so our 5th step is number 5. Conclude. Collect all your data, record all your data down on paper, and neatly prepare a presentation. Okay? Alright, so let's say, again, our hypothesis was correct, so maybe we can make like a chart. I don't know about no chart. I don't think that'll work. Maybe we need to put it down in a different way. I don't know yet. Well, let's say we're done because we got it correct anyway. Okay, time to party. Okay, so let me make sure I've got everything ready for tomorrow. Or for the next thing. Okay. Oh, we've got to get the first one in front of the second one. That we don't need. Number 3, 4, and 5. So this is all we need. We've got to take this to the teacher here in a second. Alright, let's get this ready. Okay. Okay, Miss Porcupine, here's our stuff. I want you to look over it. What do you think? Alright, start. Look through it all. Say, I like how you did that. Say something like, I like how you did that and all that.
I like how you did that. It's very wonderful.
We need more time.
Alright, you did a lot better than most of the class.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hazel, did you hear that? Yes, I can't believe it.
Yes, I can't believe it.
Oh, I think I did great. I'm proud of myself. How about you?
Yes, I'm very proud of you. Not myself, but you.
But you should be proud of yourself, too. You did an amazing job at helping. You did a lot for me. I'm so glad I had someone as a partner as smart as you. What are you talking about? You're very smart. You know you are.
Sure, whatever. I have straight F's.
Talking like that, you need to be proud of yourself. Girl, you got like all A's and B's. You know you do.
Yeah, I wish.
You ain't got a wish, girl. You got all the wishes you want. Oops, I dropped the thumbnail. Hang on a sec. I'm proud of myself. I think we should go out in the hallway and celebrate. Come on.